Diving into topic number one here of the conversation. And this was a topic that it's been going in my mind for the last 2 to 3 days, especially yesterday as I muddled around the house, just thinking about this particular topic. And for me, Crimson Tide has got to get back to that. Got to get back to basics. Got to get back to having that physicality on both sides of the football, specifically on defense. And when you look at Twitter, when you look at social media nowadays, and you see the number of Alabama fans debating, having a dialogue, a conversation, a verbal spat, if you will, a lot of it is geared into, look at how college football is changing, right? Everything is going more so to offense. You got to have the dynamic, wild quarterback. You have to have the offensive coordinator that's innovative, that's doing all these different things and putting different pieces in motion. You have to be able to score points, but not just that. Gone are the days where defenses are shutting teams out. Gone are the days where defenses are holding teams to less than 20 points. Gone are those times. Nowadays, for a defense, you have to hold on for dear life. And you have some Crimson Tide fans that have accepted that logic, seeing as how, we saw what Tua Tagovailoa was able to do offensively, dropping 40 and 50 and sometimes 60 points when he wanted to, and guiding this Crimson Tide front. And it was exciting. It was fun. We drunk our beer to that. Like that was fantastic. But at the same time, you have a lot of Tide fans that go, that's great, that's awesome, but something's missing. It's not Bama football. Something is missing here. There's a key ingredient. There's a certain je ne sais quoi, if you will. Something is being left out. We're missing an essence here when you talk Alabama football. And I've had the joy, and still have the joy, of covering this program since 2009 for Touchdown Alabama magazine, extensively covering this program since 2011. So when I get the chance to walk into the athletic facility as often as I do, a number of different things catch my eye, and though I have seen these objects more than once, it's just always a refresher. So one of the things that catches my attention is always the words that are on the wall inside the players' facility, inside the Malmore building, inside Bryant-Denny. There's just certain words that catch my eye, and those words, as you walk through the complex, are words like toughness, physicality, hard work, teamwork, determination, hustle, just passion. So many words are on that wall that highlight what Bama football means, that highlight what Nick Saban has been teaching, what he's been instilling, what he's been trying to get this program to constantly understand, for the longest of time. One of his favorite phrases, aside from make his butt quit, or y'all know the word he used, I'm just going to say butt here, keeping it PG, but y'all know the phrase, the term he uses. But not only that one, but also the phrase, when Alabama leaves the stadium, when we leave Bryant-Denny, or when we leave an opposing team's arena or venue, we want to have the notion on that team's mind, I do not want to play Alabama ever again. I don't want to play that program. I don't want to face that team ever again. And in the past, when you ask different offensive coordinators or players of different programs about Alabama, they would hit you with, they're well coached, they're a focused group, they don't make mistakes, they don't beat themselves up, they are very smart, highly intelligent, very instinctive, but on top of that, they force you to make mistakes. They force you to mess up. They catch you slipping. They capitalize on your turnover. So not only are they well-rounded when they have the football, they being Alabama, but when the opposition has the football, the Crimson Tide is known for taking that ball away, taking you out of your element, taking you out of your rhythm. And that's that physicality, that's that toughness, that's that hard work, those qualities that has made Alabama what it is. And the last 2 years, Crimson Tide fans, they've looked at the offense, they said, yes, the offense is great, and you want to have a great offense, but Where's the defense? Like, where's the balance? Where is the Bama football? I'm used to seeing guys flying around the field, knocking guys' helmets off, flying down the field, sacking the quarterback, flying down the field, creating tackles for loss, flying down the field, defending wide receivers, breaking up on passes. I'm used to seeing that in your face, that demoralizing, that make the other team feel depressed. Like, that's the Bama that I know. That's what a lot of fans talk about. That's the Bama I know. And can we get back to being, that type of Alabama football team? And the physicality, the balance on both sides of the ball is key. For example, look at Georgia, for example. Georgia under Kirby Smart, they had one of the best defenses in college football this past year. They gave up 12.6 points per game. The only team that tore the Bulldogs up last year was LSU. And the only reason why it happened was, despite how good the defense was, the offense was below average. Jake Fromm had decent numbers, but you saw where he struggled. The play calling wasn't all that great, as the offensive coordinator Georgia had is now the tight ends coach now at Texas A&M. On top of that, the receivers were inconsistent. So all of this jumbled in together here, it caused Georgia only to put up 10 points against the LSU in the SEC title game. It led to Jake Fromm, of course, getting drafted in the 5th round, though a lot of people thought he would be a 1st to 2nd round guy. It was just a struggle, for the Bulldogs. It had the defense, but didn't have the offense in terms of play calling, the physicality, but also being able to mix things up. Didn't have the balance there. But then you go to Oregon and Mario Cristobal, balance there. And what's interesting here is Kirby Smart and Mario Cristobal both sat under Nick Saban. They both got the same teaching. They both got the same tutelage. They both got the same butt chewings. They both got the same lessons from him on those core values on how to build a championship program. And Cristobal took that blueprint, right, of toughness, meanness, physicality, not allowing the opposition to outwork you. I'm better than the opposition, having that mental edge, having that mental focus, having that mindset. Cristobal took this to the Pacific Northwest. He took it to Oregon, to the Pac-12. And Pac-12, not known for defense. Pac-12, not known for toughness. Pac-12, not known for physicality. Pac-12, not known for bloody noses. Pac-12 is speed, finesse, fun league. Have fun, run around, speed, finesse, pace game. That was the Pac-12. Especially for Oregon, Mike Blvd wasn't bringing physicality. Chip Kelly wasn't bringing it. Mark Helfrich wasn't bringing it. Definitely Willie Taggart wasn't bringing it. Physicality did not hit Oregon until Cristobal came there. And this past year, if you look at the stats going up on screen here, this is what Cristobal brought Oregon. Defensively, once again, Oregon not known for defense before Cristobal. Oregon gave up 16.5 points per game this past season. That was 9th in college football. Oregon had 41 sacks this past year. One of the best defenses in terms of that category. And Kayvon Thibodeau, the freshman that year, 9 sacks and 14 tackles for loss. The Oregon Ducks had 20 picks this past season, creating turnovers. And the likes of Veron McKinley and Javon Holland each had 4 picks apiece. So defensively, Oregon also had 96 tackles for loss, getting into the backfield, disrupting the quarterback, disrupting quarterbacks, toughness, physicality. I'm not going to allow you to outwork me. I'm going to be on your butt, in your grill, in your face, getting after you. That's what they did. Offensively, you look at Oregon's offensive line. Yes, it's got speed. Yes, those guys can be able to move quickly, nimble feet, but they also got after you as well. Oregon's offensive line helping C.J. Verdell have a 1,000-yard year. Oregon's offensive line helping Justin Herbert have his best season at quarterback. We're talking 3,471 passing yards, 32 touchdowns to 6 picks. And with that physicality, with that toughness, with that hard hat mentality, Oregon wins the Pac-12, right? Oregon wins the Rose Bowl, and if not for a loss against Auburn to start the regular season, the Ducks are more than likely in the college football playoff. And it's because Cristobal took the blueprint that Nick Saban laid down and carried it to the Pacific Northwest. So if Cristobal can benefit from the old school Saban blueprint and bring something new to the Pac-12, brought something new to Oregon, and they were able to buy into it and dominate off that, my question is why can't Saban brush off some of those old school tendencies and go back to using those and dominating with those? Because we've seen last season where defenses in college football were able to stifle opposing offenses, were able to shut guys down, were able to, keep opposing teams off the scoreboard. And as much as we see offense is important, and it is, as much as people look at what LSU did, look at what Clemson's doing with Burrow and with Trevor Lawrence, and both of those quarterbacks, elite talents, and people say, well, look what Tua did, but at the same time, Joe Burrow, elite talent, but when LSU's defense got healthy, that LSU defense, as physical as it was, played a huge role in the Tigers of LSU beating those Tigers, of Clemson. As good as Trevor Lawrence was, that 2019 national championship game off the 18 season, that Clemson defense did a phenomenal job affecting Tua Tagovailoa, throwing Alabama's offense different looks. Alabama was not able to capitalize off those looks. It frustrated the Crimson Tide. It frustrated the play calling. And of course, Clemson went on to win that matchup 44-16. So as much as people like offense, I'm not saying not to have an offense, do have an offense, but at the same time, when you talk Bama football, the Alabama fan base, they want to know, where is the balance? Where is the defense? Where is it knock them down, roll them over, make them feel like we can't do nothing, we can't move the football against Alabama? I go back to last year. There were moments where the opposition outworked Alabama, out-physicaled Alabama, out-toughed Alabama. Opposition wanted more than the Crimson Tide. And Nick Saban trying to get back to, we gotta want it more than the opposition. But we're going to take our first break here on In My Own Words, the podcast. Just getting things started here on a Wednesday. Upon our return, we dive into your questions, thoughts, tweets, text messages, and concerns. And it's coming right after this.
Every sports fan deserves the proper representation. Whitwell Sports introduces to you the Title Towel. Wave that Title Towel in the air like you just don't care. In support of Nick Saban and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Only $9.99 and it lasts a lifetime. Head on over to whitwellsports.com and get your Title Towel today. Touchdown Alabama Magazine is Alabama football's premier publication. A subscription to Touchdown Alabama Magazine is the perfect gift for any Alabama fan. For exclusive news and information, recruiting updates, a free annual print magazine, and more, go to touchdownalabama.com and click join. Only $5.95 per month or pay $49.95 for a full year subscription. That's a saving of almost $22. Make sure to subscribe before it's too late and get our new freshly printed end of the year magazine issue. Go to touchdownalabama.com today and roll Tide.
Thank you for watching Touchdown Alabama Magazine's YouTube channel. To continue to get the best in the Alabama football content, subscribe here and turn on your notifications to stay connected with the hottest shows covering your Crimson Tide.